today we are going to talk about my most hated term, stomach vacuum exercises. You are not a vacuum. You are not a Hoover. You are an athlete. So this is a really common term I see, number one, in the bikini world because of maintaining that nice tight physique when we're posing, but also huge with postpartum pregnancy, getting core activation back. And it's very misunderstood. I see people teach it wrong. I see physical therapists talk about it in an incorrect manner. So I'm just here to clear it all up for you. So the reason I don't like vacuum as the term for this exercise, it is a core activation. So when you think of vacuum, what do you think? You think of sucking. And that's the problem is, even if you're telling someone to activate their core, if you call them stomach vacuums, they're going to suck. And when you suck, you're not using muscles. You're doing it incorrectly. And I can't anymore. So, because when you are actually activating your core properly, you are exhaling. So if you're sucking, you're doing the opposite of that, and you're doing it incorrectly. And yeah, like I said, it keeps just coming in my face and seeing it instructed incorrectly. So I'm here to clear that up for you. You're welcome. And the big reason this needs to be done correctly is because when you do it incorrectly, you're opening the door for problems. You can have problems like dominance in your rectus muscle because you were tightening the wrong way, which, by the way, I've had, and it's really painful and not fun, and it's not fun to fix either. The other thing it can cause is back pain. It can cause diastasis recti because you're doing it incorrectly. So if you're not familiar with that, it is when your abdominal muscles have separated and they're not closing back together properly and things pop out. And it is usually accompanied by our other friend, back pain, which is another thing that happens to me as someone who has diastasis recti in my midsection. You can also have this if you've never had a baby and if you're a dude. So not just speaking of the chicks here. So yeah. Oh yeah. And when you have a weak core, it really opens the door for other problems, muscular imbalances, and pain. And nobody wants to have that. All right. So let's get to it. This is how I teach core activation exercises from step one. So that's really all we're going through today is step one. This is something I literally do every day. This is something I do every day before I work out. It is literally programmed into my warm-ups. Okay, so lots of people teach it laying down. I teach it in a hands and knees position. We call it quadruped. Your hands belong underneath your shoulders. Your knees belong underneath your hips. Very neutral spine. So we're not rounded up like the cat. We're not, over here like the cow. So if you don't know how to get here, you need to set up a mirror or your phone or something that you can visually film yourself to see what is going on. From here, here's my nice relaxed self. Now, as I activate my core, I'm going to exhale. So, of course, you need to breathe in first. Nice full breath, and then out. And then my belly button pulls in towards my spine. So I'm not sucking in. I'm not crunching in. I'm pulling in and tightening. So again, breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. So when I activate my core, you see everything getting nice, tight, and flat. So that's step one. Learning it in that position. Then you can start translating into the more challenging positions, which is standing. Lots of people try to start you in standing, and it becomes very, very difficult for you to even feel or know what's going on. That's why I like that position. It gives people a good visual. When they look at the film or they look at the mirror, they're like, whoa, my core is like sticking out. It's not on. Okay, that's where it belongs. And you need to learn what neutral is. Like, you're not meant to be walking around sucking in, pulling everything in tight. We have some, flexibility within what is proper core activation. You're not meant to be just like hanging out, walking around like that. But we're also not meant to be sucking in like this. So, anyway, stomach vacuums. See you later. Activate your core. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please feel free to drop any questions or comments below.